And good morning, everyone. I'm SWKSS Chief DAMON CLAUD, and this is a severe weather update for today, March the 4th, 2025. Still, take a look at our severe weather risk for today, this afternoon, and evening. Start out here, the wind advisory remains in effect for the entire SWKSS region. It includes our Kentucky and Tennessee counties until 6 p.m. tomorrow for gusty winds. Day one outlook from the Storm Prediction Center. Level 1 marginal risk for the entire SWKSS region. Primary risk for severe weather down to the south of us. So, again, isolated severe risk altogether here. Not expecting any severe weather outbreak. We'll meet you over on the weather models to discuss that a little bit more. All right, we're over on Radar Omega. Take a look at the weather models for today. All quiet out there tonight in the overnight hours when we're recording this, 12:32 a.m. local time. Going over to the models for today, we want to take a look at the HHR to start with. Well, why is there we go. Clicking the wrong buttons. All right, so HHR to start out with here. This is the newest run that we have this morning. Run this through today. All right, here's the start of our system at about 11 a.m. this morning. You can see it back off to the west. Still pretty quiet in our region at that time. Clouds starting to move in about 12 p.m. According to this model. All right, here we go. So about 3 p.m. Looking at this, any of these could be strong to severe. If a lot of wind above our heads today, and if the updrafts can tap into that, that could extend that wind down to the ground level, and that's where you can get isolated storms to pop up into severe limits, 60 to 70 mile an hour wind gust of a straight line wind component, or even possibly a downburst component of a storm collapsing, because there's just not a lot for a storm to work off of today as far as instability is concerned, but we have a lot of wind to work with up in the upper atmosphere. So that is what we're going to have to watch for today. Not saying we're going to have a ton of severe thunderstorm warnings, but somewhere that may pop up. We'll have a couple of a storm that pulses up and is able to tap into that upper atmosphere and wind energy and extend that down to the ground level. Tornado chances in our region are still not completely zero, but they're not anything to write home about either. Today, more concerned for that damaging straight line wind gust isolated threat through the region today. So we have 3 p.m. this afternoon. These storms are moving into West Kentucky. This model only extends out to 5 p.m. And 5 p.m. you still see the main line here of the cold front still back off to the west, according to the HHR. And this is one of the higher resolution models that we use as we get closer to an event. Haven't really been able to use this before until today, since we got it for a severe weather component. We've been using it for winter weather components and looking at that, but still learning the tools of this to look at it for severe weather. So let's jump into our gradient winds. I want to look at that because we still are looking at the higher wind gusts around the region. Not as high as we were talking about yesterday morning's video, but we're still going to have that to deal with today. The National Weather Service is extending, and I think we'll extend that out in the beginning of the update, that the wind advisory remains in effect for both Kentucky and Tennessee counties until 6 p.m. tomorrow. And that is the reason, because we have wind gust across the region here in Trick, 40.6 knots at 3 p.m. Murray, 47.2 knots at 3 p.m. Mayfield, right at 50 knots as well at 3 p.m. as well. So that is going to be the wind gust at times with this as the system moves through the region this evening. We'll extend that out a little bit. You can see as the system moves on, winds will die down a little bit as we move into the overnight. Still going to be gusty, but not near as gusty as they was during the daytime and afternoon time. So let's so not a lot to write home about as far as severe weather components of that we normally would use for this. Not showing a whole lot right now, and that is the reason because we're not expecting a outbreak of severe storms in our region. That's going to be down to the south, and I would not want to be one of the ones making decisions down in New Orleans for tomorrow with Mardi Gras going on, and looks like a possible significant tornado outbreak down there tomorrow at the same time. So kudos to whoever's making the decisions and calls down there. They have a lot to depend on. Let's go to the 12 kilometer model. Maybe that's gonna. This is the NAM 12 kilometer. Jumping into, let's go to our wave activity first. Maybe. Here we go. This thing always wants to jump around on me. Y'all know this if you're watching quite a bit. Okay. So we're starting to get some shower activity according to this around 11 a.m. Not sure I buy into this too much. Let's run it on through 1 p.m. Okay, showing we get our first burst of possible storm activity by 5 p.m. And then the main line is moving through. It really isn't much of a line. It's kind of a broken line. Moves through at 10 p.m. tonight. Not sure I buy into this one. I'm more on the HHR side of things here. NAM 3 kilometer. Let's take a look at it. Okay, so it's showing a lot more organized line here. Coming across the lakes at 7 p.m. And again, any of these cells could be severe along the line, mainly for damaging wind gusts. So that is what we're going to be looking for all day today. We're either going to be on standby to go out in the field or to do live streaming at home. I have not made that decision yet of how that's going to be. I told y'all I'm having issues of trying to figure out how we're going to be doing that and how that's going to play out in severe weather. So maybe one of these days we'll get to the bottom of it. Hopefully I'm going to get somebody else that's going to be trained to do this or that is already trained. Derek Fowler is most likely going to be in that role that we talked to the other night when we were live streaming for severe weather. This is the RAB model for convection, and I just don't buy this whatsoever. Because it's not bringing it in until about 8 o'clock tonight. I mean, maybe, but I'm more on the HHR. I like the HHR model more than any of them right now. So with that said, we'll go back to the update. Not expecting a major outbreak today overall, just isolated severe threat that we'll be keeping an eye on all day long for you. All right, and we're back from the weather models. Let's take a look at what we're thinking here at SWKSS for the risk levels altogether. Low end damaging wind risk by far is going to be our primary risk if those storms can tap into that wind energy and bring them down to the ground level. We have a very low, very, very low chance of a tornado uh, in the region. Uh, just barely worth it to mentioning. We have a large hail threat, very low as well, and flash flooding is also very marginal as well. That is the last we have for severe weather update for this morning. We'll continue to monitor this through the day, whether it be live streams from our live streaming from Radar Omega or live streaming from out in the field or text updates as well, or additional videos. So we'll keep you updated through the day by all those means. Keep a watch on our Facebook page for more updates as well. Thanks for watching, everybody. Stay safe and informed, and have a great rest of your day. With severe weather forecasted for the SWKSS region, turn to SWKSS. From our live reports out in the field by SWKS trained weather spotters on Facebook Lives, to our new Facebook live streams using Radar Omega, tracking storms down to the street level and giving you the information you need to know when you need it. To our severe weather update videos, uploaded to our social media days in advance of severe weather. Knowing the difference between watches and warnings, a severe weather watch means conditions are favorable for the development of severe weather, including but not limited to tornadoes. While severe weather may not be happening, persons should remain alert for rapidly changing weather conditions. Listen for later statements and possible warnings. For following media outlets, internet sources, or NOAA Weather Radio for the latest severe weather information. If a tornado warning is issued for your area, take action. Move to a basement, lowest floor, or interior room away from doors and windows. Use a mattress or pillow to cover your head and neck area. Kneel on your knees. Put your head down using both arms and hands to cover your head and neck area. This should also be done in an interior room and lowest floor of the building, kneeling against an interior wall. Put as much as you can between you and the outside as possible. If you're in a mobile home, you should make plans ahead of time to take shelter in a nearby building before storms are in the area. If you're in a vehicle, take shelter in a nearby building. Do not try and outrun a tornado. If there is no building nearby, take shelter in a low-lying ditch. Cover your head and neck area. Never take cover under an overpass. A SWKSS severe weather alert means a significant and dangerous, life-threatening severe weather event is possible to likely, and there could be a high danger to life and/or property. Keep a close watch on our main Facebook page, other media outlets, and NOAA Weather Radio for the latest severe weather information. How can I be ready for severe weather to impact my region? Stay informed. Have a flashlight and batteries. First aid kit. Medicines and special needs are ready to take the shelter with you. Knowing where to go before the storm arrives. And having all devices charged and ready to go. SWKSS Southwestern Kentucky Storm Spotters covers 21 counties in western Kentucky. Before being prepared saves lives. SWKSS before, during, and after the storm. This has been a severe weather update from SWKSS. Did you like this content? If you have not already, please consider following us on our Facebook page and Instagram, and consider subscribing to our YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like and share. This helps us continue to grow on our social media. Thank you for watching, stay safe, and have a great day. Please check back for severe weather updates on our Facebook page.